Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Cherika Brown, of course, and we're on another episode of Cherika Be Talking, because I be talking. Today we're going to talk about you cannot create or destroy time. Y'all, I got this particular quote from my daddy because one time going through my breakup, I was just so hyper fixated on what my ex had going on, what he was doing, and just like, I know he not moving on and I'm not moving on. Oh, you must not love me if you could just go and start doing other stuff and I'm not doing anything. Even if I don't want to be back together, you shouldn't be moving on and you shouldn't be finding happiness. And you just have this certain mentality when going through a breakup. And honestly, I got it bad because I'm a little overly possessive and obsessive. So the way that I view even a breakup is not like how everyone else would view it. Like, I still expect someone to be being loyal to me. And it's like a lot of people be like, well, technically y'all are not together anymore, but technically I'm still watching everything they do or whatever, and kind of torturing myself because I'm trying to validate why this person isn't good enough for me anyway, because this person clearly didn't love me. And then one time I remember just going to my mom and daddy complaining like, I can't believe he did this, he did this. And then my dad said, aren't y'all not together? And I was like, yeah, we're not together, but he shouldn't be doing this and he shouldn't be doing that. And then he said, Cherika, call him, go be with him again. And I was like, no, I'm just saying, like. And then he was like, okay, you don't want to go and call him, you don't want to go and be with him again, or you're saying that you can't call him or you can't be with him again because now you feel tried and your ego is bruised. Do you know that time cannot be created nor destroyed? And it's like, I know this already, but him saying it to me just hit me like a ton of bricks, because y'all know I'm an overthinker. So what this quote means to me is that time cannot be created nor destroyed. Exactly what it says. However, when I overthink it and everything, I'm like, okay, so if I lose all of this time and I go and do unproductive things to like just validate why this person isn't good enough for me, I'm gonna lose time, guaranteed. And the fact that it can't be created or destroyed, I can't destroy the time that we did spend together because it was a part of my book of life and it was, a part of me growing as a person. The fact that I can't destroy it, it's already happened. I can't change the past. I can't change this person's actions. I can't change what this person may do tomorrow that may offend me. But what I can change is my actions. And that's basically what my dad was trying to tell me. You're wasting too much time, or you got too much time on your hands doing nothing. And don't think that you're creating time just because you are doing what you're supposed to do, like taking care of your responsibilities, like going to work, working on your business, and doing other things. But you are wasting time because you're in a sense creating time to do things that's not productive, but it's not a creation. It's a hindrance to what you could be doing. So when I thought about that, I was like, you know what? I'm not busy enough. And you don't have to be busy. Like, the point isn't to be busy to avoid your feelings. But if you are using time to do things that are not productive, at that point, you're hurting your own soul. So it's like, if you know that you're the type of person that are emotionally affected by things that other people can do, like other people's actions can control you in a sense because you are a person that gets emotional and hyperfixated and you get all into how you would have never done certain things to a person, you are wasting your years, wasting your time on somebody that's likely not even thinking about you. Or if they is thinking about you, they not doing all the things you doing because they ain't about to stress themselves out like you stressing yourself out. So that meant a lot when he said that to me, because it also meant like, move on with your life. Sometimes that's the last thing somebody like me want to hear, because my personality is, I prevent myself from moving on. And what moving on looks like to me is never looking back. So oftentimes I would have friends and family members that tell me to do certain tactics to like pull myself away from people and just detach from people so that I'm no longer connected to them. But when I saw a future with somebody or I really saw potential in a person, it's really hard for me to let that go because I wanted what I wanted and I don't want anything else. But at the same time, a part of me knows that I have to let go and I can't keep wasting time because it can't be created or destroyed. And I know that once I make that decision to let go completely, that wow, is now a memory in my memory book and is no longer something that I will want to revisit. So oftentimes I stop myself from moving forward or moving on just because I know I can do that. And once I do that, it's like a point of no return. But I want all of y'all to think of ways you may be like using social media to probably look at what your ex is doing or, anything, and just think about bad habits that you're picking up. And trust me, it's almost like a drug how they have us on social media. So that's why deactivating and, any of those things sometimes can help you when going through a situation that you need to, just take time from. And of course, you may one day go and look again, and when you go and look again, you got to be prepared to see something that you may not like, and you may want to, flip out over. But in all essence, you won't waste your time on things that don't matter. And when you don't do things that are not constructive to your life, when you stop doing things that only hinder your emotional well-being, you eventually get well over time. And you see that this too shall pass. This too shall pass because the time gonna pass for sure. So I hope this message really helps somebody and get to y'all and encourage y'all to break bad habits. Break bad habits, let things go. Don't let time pass you by. Don't wake up and realize what you should have, could have, would have done, or should have, could have, would have been. And it is a process. And I'm telling y'all, I gave y'all a personal example today because I give y'all grace on this topic. And I'm human just like y'all. I help people out and I give great advice. I'm a life coach. But we all have our weaknesses and we all have things that we struggle with. So I do hope that y'all find y'all way and how to navigate this world and, protect your heart. God tells us to guard our heart because everything that we do flows from it. I love that scripture because I am a person that moves with heart. I'm very intentional with the things that I do, and I'm very loving and caring and passionate. I'm very passionate and I just love very hard. Most people think they do. I am truly a lover and I care about people. I'm a nurturer. I have like a motherly instinct about myself. So I feel like I have to protect everybody. I have to protect everybody that I love, even from things I think they may not see, so that I can help them resist temptation. And sometimes those things can become overbearing. But I am also an older sister of two girls, and I was fearful even of them growing up possibly making the wrong decisions because I had friends and I saw things that other people were doing that I wasn't doing. So I always had that motherly instinct about myself and just always kind of patrolling what other people do. And it's like it's not my business. It's just always has been in me. My mama even have like a funny story of I don't remember how old I was, but I was very young. And I was in a car with her or something, and she went somewhere, and I guess a man was talking to her or something, but I was in the back seat, and she said I rolled down the window and was like, she's married, but her and the man wasn't even talking about nothing, or maybe he was trying to talk to her, but I was just all out the window saying she's married, like leave my mama alone. And that was just so funny to me because I was doing it as a child, like when that didn't really know anything. So it's like that loyalty and stuff, it's just in me very deep. So I can admit that I don't let people close to me often. So when people do come close to me and they do something to betray me or they do something that's just like, it can be very small. Most people look at the things that I see as complete betrayal and be like, girl, that's all he did? Like, do you know what I've been through with a man? But I'm just like, no, I take everything so drastically. Like, everything is like, to me, when somebody that I love and care for do something evil towards me, it's something intentional that they're trying to do at me to hurt me. It's just the way I think, because I would never do that to them. And it's something I work on, because my sister always tell me, sometimes people are truly just trying to find their way of moving on. They're not trying to hurt you. They're just trying to make themselves feel better. And that's solid advice. Like, some people are just moving on, and they're just trying to figure out, how can I self-soothe, and how can I make myself feel better, because they truly aren't moved on, but they're trying to. They're like, that's their way of trying. And me not minding my business, seeing what other people doing, is only hurting my own feelings and wasting my time. So shout out to my daddy for asking me that. Do you know that time cannot be created nor destroyed? Make sure y'all ain't out here wasting y'all time, and that you're being gentle with yourself, because time can be a real thing. But as time passes, when you do have love for someone and someone have love for you, the love is always there. So just trust God, whatever plan he has for your life, and know that anything that he takes away, he can replace it with better, and he will. That's his promise to us. Speaking of God, y'all, today is Saturday. Yep, today's Saturday, January 10th, 2026. And our verse of the day is, "But I will restore you to health and heal your wounds, declares the Lord, because you are called an outcast, Zion, from whom no one cares." Jeremiah 30:10. So this is just God assuring believers that he will bring us through our current trials to find safety and rest, just as he promised Israel. And I think that verse it can be tied to what we talked about today. That's the verse here, y'all. That verse can be tied to what we talked about today, because there's always a promise at the end, and God will give us rest and safety. Because sometimes, being a helicopter sister, girlfriend, friend, and all of that, sometimes that stuff can be draining. Just always worried about people that you love and care about. Those things can cause you to be restless, but God guarantees us safety and rest. So let's just keep our eyes focused on the Lord, on Jesus Christ, and with him all things are possible, and we are guaranteed things that we cannot even imagine. Like, God's plan is so much grander and greater than ours. So just keep your faith and focus on God. As long as you're focused on God, your focus can't be wrong, and you're not wasting time at all. So I hope this message helps somebody, and y'all know I'll be back, because I'll be talking. Peace.